Yes, yummy, you guys. The tears of sadness of all the children that was crying over John Cena's loss. Yes, yummy, you guys. Yummy. Ah, that's all, folks. All right. In all seriousness, if you know that reference, you deserve a you deserve a South Colorado cookie. Yeah, yeah. I was trying to think of it without really spoiling it. If you haven't watched that episode, or you don't know what I'm talking about, or if you do, then there you go. You deserve a cookie. I want to talk about WrestlePa-LOSER. How come they didn't do that? You could have said that. Hell, at least I would have been invested. Even though the card is shit, you know. All right, I didn't watch this pay per view. Obviously, I literally kind of forgot about it. I thought my sister was gonna watch it, but my sister decided to watch a concert instead and have a good time with my mom and my two sisters. They had a sleepover and was just watching a concert, and I was just all by myself here in the house, just chilling. You know. So no, I did not watch the pay per view. But by what is it? By what? By 10 something at night, I was like, oh yeah, WrestlePalooza. Oh man, it's so funny. Sorry, I'm just trying to mess up my hair here, as I always do. I'm trying to get it the way I like it. Anyways, anyways, moving on. Um, yeah, I mean, I saw some of the like I said before. What's the point of watching these shows, especially if it's too expensive for you, or especially if you can't afford it? If you can, then you can. If you can't, okay, you can't. But don't if you can afford it, don't make fun of the people that cannot afford it, or don't make fun of the people that don't want to fucking watch it. We don't fucking care. I'll watch WrestlePalooza. Oh, yeah, you wasting your time, dumbass. When you could have been just watching something else that has a better storyline, better fucking characters. Stupid concept. Stupid concept. Or maybe watch some old wrestling shit. So you can actually, or I don't know, get some culture in you. Seriously. Seriously. I'm dead serious, man. Like, there's no reason why the show ended up the way it is. But hey, I wasn't that surprised, man. Again, I haven't watched the show, but I saw bits and pieces of the clips that they put in WWE. And Brock Lesnar F5ing John Cena were like 6 times. Technically, he did it 7 times. They F5, one to the ref. But when I was just looking at that, I'm like, he just, what's this, a video game? Just spamming? You know? You do realize in the wrestling video games, you can only have 3 finisher moves, right? You don't have like 5 or 7 and shit, you know? Back then, it was just only 2 finishers. Oh, man. But, yeah, man. Again, it's like going back to the WWE games. If the WWE games are shit, so is the product that we're watching. All right. And then we're hearing what was it? What did Triple H said? That saying that this is gonna be a like a Frankenstein thing. Like this is a new form of wrestling. Almost like a fucking version of a new Pokemon that just evolved. For real. And I'm over here looking at it like, because I'm in tune to thyself. I know what's happening to the planet. So when I hear Triple H say that stuff, I'm over here like, wow, he literally admitted that this is it. This motherfucker, this motherfucking reptilian bitch, literally admitted that this is over. Going back to the Vince documentary, when you had a brother literally saying, hey, you want to know what the world is going to be like? Watch wrestling. Wrestling is a reflection of the world. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right. I'm not gonna try to be here for that long, but you guys know me. You know, I say that, and then I'm here for 50 hours, for about 50 hours, not 50 hours, 50 minutes. But but I know some people don't mind that. But you know, I know how, you know, some people might not want to, but they'll be like, oh, cool, he made a video, but then it's too long, so it's like I watch it later. You know, I do the same thing all the time. But moving on. What else after the Brock Lesnar stuff? Okay, I have heard that the women's stuff were good. I have, but let's talk about the CM Punk, AJ Lee, and Seth Rollins and Becky, the mixed tag match. Let's talk about that real quick. I was seeing the clips of it on the WWE net on WWE Network, on WWE on YouTube. And why the hell? Why in the fuck you have AJ Lee about to make Becky tap, and all of a sudden they cut to when they already won? What? Oh, we're doing it so you can actually watch the product and see who won. No, that makes no sense. And I'm not saying you guys are doing that, but I'm pretty sure some idiot in the back of WWE thinks that way. Hey, let's not show how they win so we can actually get people to watch our show to see how they win. No. At that I could just watch a clip on YouTube of it. I could watch someone that recorded it on their phone on YouTube instead of watching your shit. Stupid concept, right? What a stupid concept, right? What a stupid concept. Who thought? Who thought? You know, WWE wants to be like, oh yeah, this is the new era, and wants to be like, hey, this is how it is nowadays. But yet, they seem to forget that people have fucking goddamn phones. But yet, they still want to use social media to push a storyline instead of doing it on TV. Oh, we just don't have no time. 3 hours of fucking Raw, and you're telling me you have no time to push all the rosters that you have in your fucking goddamn company, you lazy fucking fucks? Really? 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 I'm making a game on RPG Maker Fez, and there's 14 characters in that game. And guess what? They all get highlights, they all get references, and they all get their own moments. Fuck off. If you can't do that with a roster of 14 plus, you are failing as a company. A football team, a soccer team, and a baseball team has more chemistry in the field than you have. And I don't blame Brock Lesnar and John Cena. They're doing it as a paycheck. John Cena's out the door. And this John Cena stuff has failed. We're going to look back and say that John Cena's retirement was trash. Was trash. I don't know why Cena's not pissed off about it. Cena's one of those people that's like, I mean, you gave me everything, so why not? What? Cena. This is what I'm talking about, man. Once Cena went to Hollywood, everything just changed for this man. I mean, what do you expect, man? This man is fucking wearing women's clothing, making a fool out of himself. Same thing what we saw with R-Truth. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? See, this is how you know we still live in the Rome society. Because in Rome, they did that shit. But you guys don't want to debate me on that shit for some fucking reason. Of course you don't. Because you know it's true. Shit. This stuff with WWE. No, let's go back to the mixed tag real quick before I keep going. The mixed tag, not just what happened when I saw that clip. I felt nothing from the match when I was watching the clips. Nothing. Nothing. There was some probably moments like Becky throwing AJ Lee to save her man. You know, that was a cool moment. But the table, man, it could have been a great moment in a thunderous crash into the announce table. No, spear, the announce table just breaks. They barely even hit the table and it just falls. No impact, just falls like a fucking stack of dominoes or paper cards. It had no impact whatsoever. Even the crowd was like, oh, because they knew it was bad. They knew it was bad. It wasn't, they didn't say, oh, because of the impact. They said, oh, because it sounded shit. You know, have you ever watched WWE is about to find out what happens when you do comedy and the crowd looks at you and they're like, ah, boo. Oh, we don't do comedy. Motherfucker, make it make sense. You're doing wrestling, right? You're doing wrestling, right? And then if you give someone shit or you're trying to do some storytelling, what do you think the crowd is going to think? You're insulting the crowd's intelligence. So the crowd is going to be like, fuck you. But WWE, this is how WWE is. WWE is literally like, well, you're still going to come back. At this point, have Vince McMahon come back. At this point, I don't care. I won't be surprised if this man does come back though. Will he rule the company again? Probably not. I doubt it. But if he does, he does. I don't give a shit. I really don't. I don't give a shit. This company has been in the dumpster fire for a long time. All right. And the thing is, when it was in the dumpster fire, some things had moments. Some things had, sustainable value. But now in 2025, there is no sustainable value for this company. There isn't. There isn't. They can't even get people's reactions to the product. Reasons why they had to bring kids and show them crying in front of the screen, taking their fucking essence and taking their fucking goddamn energy. You sick fucks. Apparently, you guys don't understand vibration or energy. All right, when they show something like that on TV, all right, when they show shit like that on TV, they're trying to get a reaction out of you. But also, you got to think that, hey, they're doing this. And most people are like, well, it's a company. They're going to do this anyways, right? Yeah, but they're showing it just for the kids. They're not showing it of the crowd. You know why? Because there's no response for the crowd. The crowd is just like, but if you go to Saudi Arabia or somewhere else that the crowd is hype, they're showing the bits of the crowd going like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And there were some people, because it's in Indianapolis, Indiana, and most people are like, where's the diversity, Indiana? There's only whites, blacks, and Mexicans and Salvadorians. What else do you want? Yes, I used to live in Indianapolis, Indiana. What the hell's wrong with you people? Oh, where's the diversity? Where's the head out of your ass? How about that? Where's that? Where's that diversity? Man, go fuck yourself. Seriously, man. Diversity. You have one white person as a main character for a movie, and then everyone's white, and then everyone complains about it. Where's the diversity? You have one, God forbid, we have a, God forbid, we have a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air nowadays, right? And then everyone's like, where's the diversity? It's all black people. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I am dead serious. Like, you give a shit about diversity. You never did, and you're just saying it because they're trying to push it, and they don't give a shit about it. I'm not just WWE, but the media in general. You think they give a fuck about diversity? No. You just do it so you can get pissed off at certain fucking bullshit. Congratulations. You're a fucking goddamn monkey, you fucking piece of shit. That's what you are. You're a fucking goddamn monkey. Throwing shit on the screen. Because that's what you guys fucking do, man. Every fucking goddamn time. Every fucking time. And I see this with my people. I really don't give a fuck how the white folks act. They're going to act how they're going to react. I just care how my people are going to react. You guys got to think smart. Think intelligence. Don't think stupid. Alright? Seriously. Reasons why there's so many people that look at wrestling fans and they be like, they're unintelligent. They're unenlightened. Can't blame them. Because I was like that once. Until I got myself out of that wrestling bubble and looked beyond that wrestling bubble when I was outside of that wrestling bubble. And when I was like, you guys can keep it. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. Because it looked fucking scary, bro. It did. It looked fucking terrifying. Are you kidding me? When you get outside of that wrestling bubble and you get yourself out of that bubble of the wrestling stuff, you actually realize, my God, I've been looking at this all my life, and now I don't have a life. That's why some of these wrestling podcasters can't get away, and some of these wrestlers, they can't get away. They can't get away. And these motherfuckers know it. These motherfuckers know it. Guys, wrestling is the worst type of drug. It is. Wrestling is the worst type of drug. And any wrestling fan and any wrestler will tell you that. Alright? So it's always good to leave. You know? Yo, some of you wrestling podcasters, like, I get it. You guys get paid for this stuff. But for crying out loud, man, you mean to tell me you can't take a year of a break? A year? Oh, but I got bills to pay. Okay. Okay. And then you're gonna have people online arguing with you, saying that maybe you should not rely on YouTube on pay. Maybe get a fucking goddamn job or something like that. I'm not gonna say that because I take SSI. So if I say that, people would just look at me like a piece of shit, anyways, right? Oh, you get a job and this and that, and then other people might defend me and be like, no, he has a disability. Leave them the fuck alone. Like, fuck you. You don't even know why he has that, you know? So it's just people on the internet are just sometimes really, 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 really fucking stupid. They're entitled, and they think that, oh, just because I went through it, you should go through it too. I want you to be miserable. I want you to get pissed off the way I get pissed off. I want you to go through the grind. And this is why I say, fuck society. I've been saying fuck society before fucking, what was it, Charlie Kirk died. So don't fucking tell me, oh, you're only saying that because this guy died. No, fuck that motherfucker for no reason, because all of that shit is a fucking goddamn distraction to begin with. Have you noticed that his shooter looks exactly like him? Have you noticed that? No? Then shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I only had to look at the shooter once and him once and be like, they're the same fucking picture. They're the same fucking picture. You mean to tell me he killed himself? You mean to tell me there's a clone of him that killed himself? That makes no fucking sense. Seriously, man. Seriously. I'm not saying that stuff doesn't happen, but I'm saying, like, when I look at stuff like that, I'm just like, what the, like, guys, common fucking goddamn sense. Look at your surroundings. Look what they're showing you. It's the same thing in WWE. This company shows you stuff, and then some of us get excited for it, and then when it does happen, it's nothing. Because there's no substance, there's no foundation, there's no creativity behind it. Everyone's blaming Triple H, obviously. Not to say he doesn't have no blame for it either. He does. You know what I think, though? I think Triple H is doing this on purpose just for him to get fired. You think he would really do that just to get fired? Yeah. Because I don't think Triple H wants to do this anymore. That's just me. I really think that he does not want to do this anymore. I mean, look at him. You see him every fucking 5 minutes, every time. Bro, you're supposed to be going back of the stage and fucking making storylines instead of just literally being like, hi, I'm on TV. Hi, I'm on TV. Hi, I'm on TV. Could we get rid of the Triple H era and the Stephanie McMahon shit? For crying out loud, TKO owns the company. Why do we need anything surrounded with the McMahons now? Why? Just why? They can visit, have a cup of coffee, say hi, but that's it. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. You made your money. Now you lie in bed and die in it. But this is my family's legacy. Ha! Not anymore, bitch. Leave. Leave. Your father didn't think so, so why would we think so? Fucking leave. It's not like your daughters and your nephews are going to own this company or come here and visit. Fuck them. You know? And then when we sell it to Saudi Arabia, you definitely won't see it anymore. Oh, you think Stephanie McMahon would visit Saudi Arabia just to say wave hi and shit like that and smile? Hell no, man. They will literally tie her up, put her in a harness, and freaking tie her up like a fucking book bag and walk her out with looking like that. I am dead fucking serious, man. Be like, here's your here. You want to see Stephanie McMahon? Well, here it is. Congratulations. The whole crowd. Be like, why is she tied up like that so sexually? And it's like, blame them. Oh man. You know? Some stupid shit, some crazy shit, some out of the box shit that you never thought would happen to a person live on television, but then you see it, you only hear like, nah, man. This is why some people might be like, oh, that shit was planned. Because a person like that would not agree to this bullshit. Now, if they had a gun on their head, you know? And that's what we should question too. Like, hey, if Saudi Arabia could do that to WWE when they were holding back their wrestlers, what do you think WWE could do to their wrestlers? You know? We've heard so many deaths on this company for years, but no one doesn't want to think about it, right? Of course they don't. Of course they don't. Because then that goes to conspiracy stuff. You're just conspiracy. Yeah, and you're just a conformist. Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's why I'm a big fan of South Park. You conform fuck. Oh, you conform as fuck. There we go. Oh, man. Anyways. I think, is there anything about the show? What is it? I know there was a women's match, but I heard that was good anyway, so maybe I haven't even watched it. I haven't even watched clips of it on WWE YouTube. But I heard it was good. I heard it was fine. Yeah, and people getting upset that Brock Lesnar won. I'm only here like, and he was going to come back anyways. I get it. When Brock Lesnar first came back to fight John Cena after WrestleMania 28, after he fought The Rock, and hey, I wasn't shocked that Cena won at Extreme Rules, basically. Then Cena got on the mic and all that shit. I'm over here like, you can cuss, bro. Go back. Drop the mic and go back to your locker room. You're very concussed. Brock Lesnar concussed you. We all know it. We all know it. You know? Get back to your home safely. Are you dying? No, I'm just concussed. It's like, that makes sense. Oh, man. So, anything else I could talk about with this stuff? I mean, I could use my phone, but my phone's dead. I need a new phone, and I can't look up on here because then the recorder thing would die. So, well, turn off, not die. There's a difference. So, I think that's it. That's all I have to say, to be honest. Wrestling Palooza, I really didn't care for it at all. It came out of nowhere, though, to be quite honest with you. I remember scrolling one day, looking at some stuff on Facebook, and then it was like Wrestling Palooza on Indianapolis, and I'm like, oh, is that happening next year or something like that? You know, maybe I'd like to go or something like that because I missed them going to Indiana again because I was going to go. No, it's going to happen in September, and I'm over here like, oh, and what's this for? Oh, because because WrestleMania is going to Saudi Arabia in 2027. Why are we moving? Okay, we haven't even hit 2026 yet, and you want to go to 2027? Sounds to me that you're trying to move forward and make people go forward for something that you want to go forward to, mainly because you know what's going to happen. You want us to forget of the bullshit. It's like when they were promoting 2020, when it was like 2019 or 2018, you know? And it's like, this is going to happen in 2020. Can't wait, right? And I'm over here like, you don't know what's going to happen in those 3 years. And guess what? A pandemic happened and everything shut down. And you still want to have this mind. This is not just WWE. It's all this other forms of media. Ever since COVID happened, all of you guys are just like 2030, 2050, 2060. And I'm like, fuck you. We're not going to 2060. We're not going to 2030 or fucking 50. Fuck off. You can eat my ass, motherfucker. No, you can eat my shit. Eat my shit and walk it dry. Seriously, man. There's no reason why any of these type of medias, even movies and video games, do this shit. There's no reason for them to do that shit. But you just want to hype people up. No, fuck that shit. Remember back in the 80s and 90s when something was ready, it was actually ready? And they were like, hey, here's this movie on the big screen, or this video game that's coming out. It's coming out by September or October or some shit like that, or during the summer. You know, they won't be like, here's this, but it's coming out 3 years later, or it's coming out 5 years later. Final Fantasy 15, anybody? You see? You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? This is some BS of marketing. This is a BS way to literally establish things that you want to push out. You don't do that shit. I don't make a video game and tell them that, hey, my video game is coming out. I don't start making a video game and I tell people, yeah, look forward to it in 4 and 5 years. What? You don't tell nobody. You tell them when it's good and ready, you dumb idiots. All right? You don't have sex right away. You do it when you're good and ready. You know? Even the porn industry, they'll be like, no, wait until I'm good and ready. You know? Oh, man. This is just, it's very, very bullshit. It's just bullshit. This company is bullshit. A lot of forms of media are bullshit. Not to say there's not good things in media. There is. And that's why I say go to those alternatives. Go to support people that are actually doing great or actually doing good. Or they're making their product fun. Maybe it's not the best or maybe it's not the worst, but is it fun? It might have flaws, but at least you're having a good time. You want to see more what they're going to do with it. And if there's some highlights that you enjoy, then you would come back to see those highlights. Not that long ago, I was watching the Star Wars prequels, and I have never fell in love with them so much as I do right now. I grew up with those movies, yes, but I never have felt so much more in love with them as I do now this year. I love the Star Wars prequels, you know? Obviously, I love the original trilogy. I mean, who doesn't love the original trilogy? You know? You know? If you're a big sci-fi nerd, you know, like me sometimes, because I go back and forth with either sci-fi stuff, horror stuff, and you know I like a lot of mixed stuff, obviously. But if you have some of those, you will understand why people love it so much, you know. And then I'm glad that other people like Salamonster is pointing it out. That I mean, I pointed it out too because I even pointed out that these podcasters not pointing it out, but they pointed it out now because it's like you need to tell me you're gonna have another WrestleMania here, while you're gonna have another WrestleMania outside of the world. No, we're not having two WrestleManias. Secondly, we already have two. Well, actually, no, we have 4 WrestleManias if you really think about it. SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, and the Royal Rumble. All of those are considered, for some people, a big events, which are like WrestleMania type of feel. But if you take that out, really, what really feels like WrestleMania is SummerSlam and WrestleMania, obviously. Oh man, it's sad that people talk about how Survivor Series is. Oh, that pay-per-view used to be my freaking favorite pay-per-view. I used to be ready for the Royal Rumble and Survivor Series. But now I just don't care anymore, man. I don't even care about WrestleMania. I don't even care about SummerSlam anymore. I don't care about the 4 major pay-per-views that made WWE. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. But yeah, some idiot is going to tell me, no, that's progressive. Meanwhile, I'm drinking the tears of the children that were crying over John Cena's loss. Yes, yummy, guys, yummy. And also, the sweet failure of WrestlePa-LOSER and the sweet failure of WWE. That's good, OJ. I had to. Yo, I like to shout out to my good friend OJ Simpson doing God's work. And you know who that came? I mean, I already said it on this channel, but New Jack, yo, That shit was hilarious. Still to this day, I had to keep quoting it because it's still fucking funny. It's so out there. And you thought you would never hear it from a wrestling company that literally greenlighted it and said, yeah, go ahead. you know? You know? It's like saying, yeah, I like to thank people from outside of the country for doing 9/11. You doing God's work. You know? It's almost like I like to give a shout out to Hitler doing God's work. You know, it's like I'm sorry. It's just so funny to me to the point that I'm like, does anyone give a fuck? If they don't, why should I? You know, if they don't give a fuck about history, why should I? You know, you know, seriously, seriously. But it's not the first time that well actually that's a whole other video actually. I hey, if you want me to talk about more about the whole like, you know, Afro race and stuff like that, watch my whole Hogan video on this channel. You know, shout out to the Myers fan because without him I wouldn't even make that video. So shout out to you, man. If you're watching, what's up, bro? But shout out to you, Remy, also, if you're watching. So it's just this company. I would like to have this company not to be up its head of its up its ass. Sorry, I could barely talk right there. But guess what? It's WWE. All right, seriously. So it's funny that this is just the Triple H show. It really is. It's just the Triple H show. Triple H is literally like that's the thing. I've said this before in the comment section. Triple H is a great heel. Hey, he could be a good baby face, you know? But he is not the guy to carry the company. He's not. He is not the guy to carry the company. He fights the guy that is going to carry the company for him to beat. I mean, Triple H is that guy to face the guy so that main Golden Goose can beat him to get to the top. And you know what? That's not bad, man. That's not bad. That is an important role in wrestling. But Triple H does not care about that role. He wants to be fucking The Rock. He wants to be The Undertaker. He wants to be larger than life so much. And I'm over here like, you kind of already did that. But now you want to be the face of this company when we all know, no, you're not the face, bro. You're not the face, and you never will be the face. I don't give a fuck if you have a peacemaker and you're whore and you're fucking the boss's daughter. You're not going. Even it's funny too. He did all of that with Vince's daughter, and he still wasn't the top dog, the top golden goose to make the company money. Why do you think he had to have partners with him? Evolution, China, Shawn Michaels. His whole career was like that. And when he's all by himself, it's not that interesting. Only when he's a bad guy. When he's a baby face and he's all by himself, it's give and take. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, because most of the time when he's alone, all by himself, all alone, baby face, then he's just doing the DX stuff. Let's be honest with ourselves. But when he's a heel, he could be a really good heel. But going back, sometimes when he's a heel, he's hanging around with other people. This man cannot be all by himself sometimes, man. And when he is all by himself, eh, you know, that's why people have mentioned that if Triple H didn't marry Stephanie McMahon's daughter, he probably would have been out of the company right after Undertaker left, or maybe not even. Maybe he would have left after Shawn Michaels left, or before Shawn Michaels. We would have known because he married the boss's daughter, which makes him stay in the company longer and longer and longer and longer. you know? And then when you hear that this man was groomed, groomed to become the head of the company, it's kind of laughable. Because now look at it. At first, it sounded like a good idea, but at the same time, you got to look at Triple H's history with some of this stuff. You know? If he's not going to do business, we do business for him. Remember that? Remember that? What Triple H was just that guy that was hanging around with people that, again, it's a clique. Remember the clique? He was just surrounded by people that elevated him more and helped him a lot more. He just knew the right people to be with. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. But it's something to think about. It's something that maybe he thought to himself a long time ago, that maybe if I should hang out with the right crowd, and then I'll be good. Because if I don't hang out with the right crowd, I'm going to be gone from the first year when he first went to WWE. And many people forget that he was a WCW guy before he went to WWE. Am I mistaking that? And then all of a sudden, when you have Sting versus Triple H happen, you have Triple H win, and then wasted a match for Sting when we could have got Sting versus The Undertaker. And then you have Triple H beat Sting just to remind us, yeah, guys, remember, we won the Monday Night Wars. And I'm over here like, yeah, that died in the 2000s. You talk about something that's 25 years old at this point. 25 or 24 years old at this point. Maybe 23. Maybe a little more. But you're talking about something that happened 2 decades ago. It's like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It's embarrassing. It is fucking embarrassing. So fucking embarrassing. It is. Because it shows me you're out of touch. It does. It shows me you're out of touch, and it shows me you don't give a shit. So, at the end of the day, will this company change? No. This company is going to die. This company is going to die and then blame everybody else. No, it's going to happen, watch. And then when they do blame everyone else, someone just washes their hands with them. Trust me. Oh, trust me. You think people are not pissed off now? Oh, you think people are pissed off now? Oh, no. No, we haven't hit the peak of literally going like this to WWE. We haven't hit that yet. We haven't hit that yet. I have, and many people have, but majority of the people that are watching this product haven't. And that disappoints me. Because if I feel that way, you should be feeling that way a long, long time ago. Okay? All right? I'm not blaming you. I'm just blaming the fact that you could have left and maybe WWE would have woke it up a lot faster. You know? But that's it, guys. This is the TheSkullKlown signing off. Have a nice day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think down below of everything I said in this video. Hey, if you disagree with me, disagree with me. That's fine. I don't give a shit. Seriously. Seriously, I don't care if you agree with me either. All right? I'm just getting my thoughts out there and shit. Because you know why? Because this company needs to be put down a peg. It does. This company needs to be put down a peg to the point that it needs to crawl and scratch and grab anything it can to survive just to stay relevant. But guess what? It's going to kill them in the end. It will kill them in the end. All right? It will. This company is going to die what did Dumbledore said? The most painful death. I'll see you guys later.